Some people think modern trucks are impressive, but the truth is, many of today's most innovative features were actually pioneered decades ago by trucks that were way ahead of their time. These forgotten pioneers didn't just introduce groundbreaking technology, they created entirely new segments and changed how we think about pickup trucks forever, from the first factory-built pickup in 1925 to the high-speed desert runner that shocked the world. In 2010, these 15 trucks were so far ahead that many of their innovations are still considered cutting-edge today, and the best part is they're still worth owning. Number 15, 1925, Ford Model T. Runabout with pickup body. The genesis of everything we know about pickups started with this simple truck, the 1925 Ford Model T. Runabout with pickup body wasn't just another vehicle, it was the birth of the factory-built pickup truck. Before this existed, the truck market was filled with massive, heavy-duty vehicles that were way too big and expensive for regular people. Farmers and small business owners had no choice but to use horse-drawn carts or modify existing cars themselves. Ford changed everything by creating an affordable hauling solution that cost just $281 in 1925. Thanks to their revolutionary mass production techniques, this made motorized transportation available to everyone, not just the wealthy. The Model T pickup was powered by a 176.6 cubic inch inline four-cylinder engine that produced 20 horsepower and 83 pound-feet of torque power, went through a two-speed planetary gear transmission that Ford actually marketed as a three-speed unit to the rear wheels. The truck weighed about 1,400 pounds and had a steel bed that measured 56 inches long and 40 inches wide. The chassis used transverse leaf springs for suspension, and stopping power came from mechanical drum brakes on the rear wheels. Only what made this truck truly special was its incredible simplicity. Most problems could be fixed right on the side of the road with basic tools. The Model T earned a reputation as the first reliable, easily maintained, mass-market, motorized transportation. Its simple design meant that even roadside repairs were possible for most owners. However, like any vehicle from the 1920s, specific issues can pop up, including paint cracking engine, starting problems from fuel mixture issues, power loss from poor compression, overheating from low fluids, and engine knocking from carbon deposits. Despite these age-related problems, the Model T pickup remains highly collectible as the direct ancestor of all modern pickups. Its mechanical simplicity and the huge number that were built means parts are still available today, making it a viable choice for dedicated enthusiasts. Number 14, 1947. Willys Pickup, first factory-built light-duty four-wheel drive pickup. The 1947 Willys Pickup holds a massive place in automotive history as the first factory-built light-duty four-wheel drive pickup truck. This wasn't just a minor improvement. It was a complete game-changer that created an entirely new market segment. Willys used their extensive experience from building military Jeeps during World War II to pioneer the direct integration of four-wheel drive into a civilian pickup truck. This was groundbreaking because competitors like Chevrolet and Ford required expensive third-party conversions to get four-wheel drive capability. Willys brought true off-road capability performance directly to consumers in a ready-to-use package, and it worked so well that by 1959, Willys dominated nearly 70% of the entire four-wheel drive market. The 1947 Willys Pickup started with a Go Devil 4 inline L-head four-cylinder engine with 134.2 cubic inches of displacement, producing 63 horsepower at 4,000 RPM and 105 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. Later models got bigger engine options, including the 4134F, Head 6226, Super Hurricane, and OHC 6230 Tornado engines. A 3-speed manual transmission was standard paired with a 2-speed Dana 18 transfer case for the four-wheel drive system. The truck used solid axles front and rear and weighed just over 3,000 pounds. The wheelbase was 104 inches. Initially, then grew to 118 inches. Later, it started with a 6-volt electrical system that was upgraded to 12-volt, starting in 1957. The Willys Pickup was known for being incredibly tough, but age brings problems. Rust is a huge concern, especially in the cab, and can be found everywhere. Spark plugs can actually rust weld to the cylinder, head-making removal nearly impossible. Brake problems, including rusted drums, broken springs, and master cylinder failures are common. The original axles can be problematic, and finding replacement parts is challenging. The raw steering system often needs upgrading for modern driving standards. Despite these issues, the 1947 Willys Pickup remains highly collectible because of its historic importance. As the four-wheel drive pioneer, it appeals strongly to off-roading enthusiasts and restoration project lovers. Number 13, 1955 to 1958. Chevy Cameo first fleet-side bed. The Chevrolet Cameo, produced from 1955 to 1958, completely redefined what pickup trucks could look like. This truck was a true design revolutionary that introduced the fleet-side bed, a smooth-sided cargo box that was achieved by using fiberglass panels to cover the traditional exposed wheel arches. This sleek design was totally different from the utilitarian step-side beds that every other truck used, and it became the industry standard that we still see today. The Cameo was significant because it fundamentally reimagined truck aesthetics, moving from purely practical form to a blend of function and style. This had a lasting impact on truck design, showing that pickups could be visually appealing, not just work tools. The Cameo was also one of the first trucks to blend pickup utility with passenger car comfort and style, effectively paving the way for modern luxury trucks. It offered features that were unheard of in pickups, like two-tone paint chrome accents, a panoramic rear window, and various interior upgrades. Despite costing about 30% more than a standard Chevrolet pickup, it was a bold venture into a new market segment that anticipated future demand for more refined, comfortable trucks. Initially, the 1955 Cameo came with Chevrolet's new 265 cubic inch small block V8 engine, producing 132 horsepower. A 235 cubic inch inline six-cylinder engine rated at 123 horsepower was also available. Power typically went through a 3-speed manual transmission, often column-shifted, though a hydromatic automatic transmission was optional. The truck was built on a robust ladder frame and featured innovations like power brakes and power steering, plus a 12-volt electrical system. The Chevrolet Cameo is generally considered reliable and easy to drive for its era. This generation of Chevy 3100 trucks, including the Cameo, were the first no-excuses pickups from GM due to their fully pressurized oil system engines. However, some issues exist. Chevrolet engineers worried about the structural integrity of the fiberglass rear fenders, so they mounted these panels over existing fenders' frame. Flex could cause problems with the sheet metal when unloaded. The rear suspension, designed for heavy loads, resulted in a choppy ride. Metal chrome tail lamp housings deteriorate over time, and rust affects areas like cab corners, lower door edges, and front fenders. Despite modest initial sales, the Cameo's limited production and pioneering design have made it highly collectible today, with well-maintained examples selling for $50,000 to over $100,000. Number 12, 1957 Ford Ranchero. First car-based pickup, the 1957 Ford Ranchero pioneered a completely new vehicle segment by seamlessly blending car-like comfort with pickup truck utility. This was the first car-based pickup offering a unique combination of passenger car driving dynamics and small pickup hauling capabilities. It was designed to drive like a station wagon while providing payload capacity that was actually higher than Ford's half-ton F-Series pickups. This innovative hybrid nature blurred the lines between traditional car and truck roles, recognizing consumer desire for versatility and comfort in a utility vehicle long before SUVs became popular. This foresight directly influenced the development of vehicles like the Chevrolet El Camino and modern car-based pickups like the Honda Ridgeline. The Ranchero design was adapted from a two-door station wagon platform, integrating the cab and cargo bed into a single cohesive body, which was remarkably seamless. For its time, the 1957 Ford Ranchero offered several engine options, including a 223 cubic inch OHV inline six-cylinder, a 292 cubic inch Y-block V8, and a 352 cubic inch FE V8 horsepower, ranged from 144 for the straight six to 190 for the V8, with torque figures of 212 and 280 pound-feet. Respectively, transmission choices included 3-speed manual, 3-speed cruise-o-matic, automatic, and 2-speed Ford-o-matic automatic. The vehicle was rear-wheel drive with a wheelbase of 116 to 118 inches. Overall length was 202 inches, and weight was between 3,200 to 3,400 pounds. Stopping power came from drum brakes, with power brakes and power steering available as advanced options. Number 11, 1959 Datsun 1000 Pickup First Compact Truck. The 1959 Datsun 1000 Pickup holds the important distinction of being the first compact pickup truck introduced to the U.S. market. This truck pioneered the compact pickup segment, arriving half a decade before Toyota. This introduction was a strategic move that created a completely new market niche for smaller, more efficient trucks addressing demand that was totally unmet by the larger, full-size American trucks of the era. The Datsun 1000's significance lies in its successful market disruption. By introducing a compact truck, Datsun challenged a segment previously dominated by large American vehicles. This showed that smaller, more fuel-efficient utility vehicles had a viable market and started a trend that would see sales grow into hundreds of thousands annually by the late 1970s and 1980s. The 1959 Datsun 1000 Pickup was equipped with a 988 cubic centimeter C-Series inline four-cylinder engine producing 37 horsepower. Later models saw engine upgrades, including a 1.2-liter E-Series engine with 48 horsepower and eventually 1.5-liter and 1.6-liter inline fours. Capable of up to 94 horsepower, a 4-speed manual transmission was standard, with later models offering 3-speed automatic options. The truck had a hauling capacity of 500 pounds and a wheelbase of 87.4 inches. The suspension featured A-arm torsion bar independent front suspension. With leaf springs at the rear, stopping power came from drum brakes on all four wheels. The Datsun 1000 was praised for being reliable as they could get, showing Japanese engineering principles that prioritize quality and longevity. However, like many older vehicles, it faces common age-related issues. Rust is a notorious problem affecting body panels, undercarriage, floor pans, and wheel arches. Other mechanical issues include worn suspension components, carburetor troubles, fuel delivery problems, electrical system problems, and engine overheating. Despite these challenges, the Datsun 1000 remains appealing to enthusiasts for its historical significance as the first compact pickup. Its basic utilitarian design and focus on reliability make it a practical classic for those willing to handle necessary age-related maintenance. Number 10, 1960. Chevy Pickup's first independent front suspension pickup. The 1960 Chevrolet CK series pickups marked a huge moment in truck design by introducing independent front suspension. Chevrolet revolutionized ride quality in pickup trucks by engineering its 1960 models with torsion bar independent front suspension. This was a major departure from the rough-riding solid axles previously used in trucks and dramatically improved both ride comfort and handling. The introduction of IFS in these pickups signaled a critical shift where passenger comfort became a major design priority for trucks, moving them beyond purely utilitarian roles. This foresight in prioritizing ride quality fundamentally reshaped consumer expectations and expanded the truck market, eventually leading to widespread adoption of this smoother riding design. By every two-wheel drive domestic pickup by the mid-1960s, the 1960 CK trucks also used a drop center frame, which allowed for a lower cab and lower center of gravity, further enhancing both functionality and ride quality. The 1960 Chevrolet CK pickups offered a choice of engines. The Thriftmaster 6-cylinder with 235.5 cubic inch displacement, producing 135 horsepower and 217 pound-feet of torque, or the Trademaster V8A283 cubic inch unit generating 160 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. Various transmission options were available, including 3-speed manual, while rear-wheel drive with standard 4-wheel drive options were also offered. These trucks had gross vehicle weight ratings of up to 7,800 pounds. The suspension featured the innovative torsion bar independent front suspension paired with coil-sprung rear axle. However, Series 30 and 40 models used new leaf spring rear suspension. Stopping power initially came from drum brakes on all wheels, with front disc brakes becoming available later. Number 9, 1957. International Harvester Traveley First Crew Cab Pickup. The 1957 International Harvester Traveley holds the important distinction of being the first factory production crew cab pickup truck in the United States. This truck broke new ground by being the first factory production 6-passenger crew cab pickup manufactured by any U.S. company. This innovation directly addressed a practical need, allowing more workers, up to 6 passengers, to be transported to a job site along with their equipment. The Traveley's innovation was purely functional, focusing on increasing passenger capacity in a pickup. This seemingly simple change had huge implications for commercial and eventually personal use, showing that practical utility could drive significant market shifts and establish entirely new vehicle categories. Although initially conceived as a work-duty option, the concept of a multi-passenger truck cab gained traction, leading to widespread popularity of crew cabs in light-duty trucks. By the 1990s, its introduction prompted competitors like Dodge and Ford to soon follow with their own crew cab versions. The 1957 Traveley was based on the newly introduced A-Series pickup truck, featuring a rear seat integrated into the cab. By using the body structure of the Travelall wagon to accommodate a full-size pickup truck bed, the wheelbase was extended to 126 inches, with later Lightline models offering 149-inch and 164-inch wheelbases. The Traveley was available with both rear-wheel drive and four-wheel drive engine options, included various International Harvester inline sixes, such as 232, 258, 266 cubic inches, and V8s like 304, 345, 392 cubic inches, with the IH V8s, particularly noted for their longevity. Early models typically came with manual transmissions, though later versions could be found with automatic transmissions, such as the 727. The truck's dimensions included a length of approximately 237.2 inches, width of 78.8 inches, and height of 72.8 inches. Number 8, 1973 to 1991, Chevrolet CK. 30 big dually first dual rear wheel pickup truck. The 1973 to 1991, Chevrolet CK. 30 big dually revolutionized heavy-duty truck capabilities by introducing factory-integrated dual rear wheels. Chevrolet, along with corporate twin GMC, pioneered the integration of dual rear wheels into a modern-era pickup truck in 1973. This was a huge breakthrough for towing and heavy load distribution, as it allowed heavy loads to be distributed over 4 tires instead of 2, significantly improving stability and safety, particularly during heavy hauling or in the event of tire blowout. The big dually model boasted a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,000 pounds, setting a new standard for truck capacity. This innovation marked a critical step in specialization of heavy-duty pickups, directly addressing and catering to growing need for increased towing and payload capacity, laying groundwork for today's highly capable commercial-grade trucks. This generation also saw introduction of factory-offered 4-door crew, cab body expanding seating capacity to 6 passengers and enhancing practicality. These rounded-line trucks were also notable for being the first CK generation, designed with aid of computers and wind tunnels, optimizing exterior shape for lower aerodynamic drag and improved fuel economy. The 1973 to 1991 Chevrolet CK 30 Big Dually offered a wide array of engine options, including various inline sixes like 250 cubic inches and V8s such as 307, 35400, and the powerful 454 cubic inches. Horsepower ratings for these engines ranged approximately from 100 to 240, with torque figures between 185 and 385 pound-feet later in production. 5.7-liter and 6.2-liter Detroit diesel engines were also introduced. Transmission choices included 3-speed manual, 4-speed manual, and 3-speed automatic options, while initially rear-wheel drive. A 4-wheel drive option became available in 1977. The truck's wheelbase was approximately 131.5 inches. For its time, the C30 was considered advanced, offering features such as power steering and front disc brakes. Number 7, 1978 to 1979. Dodge Lil Red Express first muscle truck. The 1978 to 1979. Dodge Lil Red Express was a bold and unconventional entry that pioneered the concept of factory-built performance truck. The Lil Red Express was the first domestic truck to truly embrace performance, achieving the remarkable feat of being the fastest American vehicle to 100 miles per hour in its day. This was significant because it reportedly outpaced contemporary sports cars like the Porsche 928 and Ferrari 308 in acceleration to 100 miles per hour. The existence and exceptional performance of the Lil Red Express were a direct result of Dodge's clever exploitation of an emissions loophole. This regulatory creativity allowed Dodge to install a highly tuned 360 cubic inch V8 engine in 1978 without needing a catalytic converter, a restriction that hampered many other performance vehicles of the era. This shows how regulatory environments can unexpectedly foster innovation, leading to unique and historically significant vehicles that push performance boundaries in unforeseen ways beyond its raw speed. The truck featured distinctive styling elements, including prominent twin exhaust pipes positioned vertically behind the cab, special gold graphics, wood-lined bed, and slotted wheels, creating a unique hot rod aesthetic straight from the factory. The 1978 Lil Red Express was powered by a special EH1 code 360 cubic inch V8 engine, which was a modified police spec unit. This engine produced 225 net horsepower at 3,800 RPM and 295 pound-feet of torque at 2,400 RPM power, was managed by Chrysler's robust 727 automatic transmission known as load flight in truck applications, which used a valve body from 4 40-powered cars to allow for higher shift points. The truck was rear-wheel drive and built on a short 115-inch wheelbase. It featured a 9¼ rear axle with 3.55 1-gear ratio, and Sure Grip limited slip differential was available. Performance included 0 to 60 miles per hour time in the 7-second range and quarter-mile times between 14.71 and 15.7 seconds at 88 to 93 miles per hour with top speed of 118.9 miles per hour. Its most iconic feature was the twin 2.5-inch stainless steel exhaust pipes that exited vertically behind the cab. The 1979 models, however, were equipped with catalytic converter and milder camshaft, which somewhat hampered performance. Despite similar official ratings, the Chrysler LA engine found in the Lil Red Express is generally regarded as simple, reliable, and robust power plant, capable of achieving high mileage. Maintenance and repairs for this era are typically less complicated than modern trucks. However, common issues include tendency for Uline step-side beds to rot. A more critical problem is failure of ammeter gauge, which can lead to damage to wiring harness or gauge cluster, and in severe cases, even cause fires. The 1978 Lil Red Express is more desirable and valuable than 1979 model, despite similar official ratings, because the 78 retained higher performance non-catalytic converter engine and was produced in smaller numbers. The Lil Red Express has achieved cult hero status and is often called grandfather of the muscle truck. Number 6, 1979 to 1983. Toyota Hilux 4x4, first compact four-wheel drive pickup, the 1979 to 1983. Toyota Hilux 4x4 was a game-changer, pioneering the compact four-wheel drive pickup segment and establishing Toyota's reputation for unmatched reliability. While Datsun introduced the first compact truck to the U.S. market, Toyota took a significant step by pioneering four-wheel drive in compact trucks with the 1979 Hilux. This innovation not only met growing demand for off-road capable light-duty vehicles, but also fueled growth of substantial four-wheel drive aftermarket industry. The 1979 Hilux 4x4 was instrumental in establishing Toyota's global reputation for unbreakable reliability and durability. This long-term track record transformed the Hilux into legendary workhorse, demonstrating that extreme reliability could be core brand identity and key factor in vehicles' enduring value, especially in demanding conditions. These trucks were renowned for their ruggedness, tall riding stance, and exceptional reliability, proving capable of handling challenging trails like Jeeps, while also serving as dependable commuter vehicles due to infrequent breakdowns. The Hilux gained international reputation as indestructible machine, thriving in hostile environments and becoming symbol of toughness and unparalleled reliability. The 1979 Toyota Hilux 4x4 was initially powered by 2.0-liter 18R4 cylinder petrol engine with single overhead camshaft, producing 89 brake horsepower at 5,000 revolutions per minute and 107 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. Later models featured 2.2-liter SOHC 8-valve, 4-cylinder engine code 20R, which further solidified Toyota's reliability reputation. A 4-speed manual transmission with full synchromesh was standard, and it was first Hilux available with automatic transmission in North American markets. The 4-wheel drive system was part-time, utilizing 2-speed helical gear. Transfer box, a notable feature, was gear-driven RF1. A transfer case, unique for its low-range reduction capabilities, which could be replicated for even lower gearing. The truck featured solid front axle and leaf spring suspension. It boasted ground clearance of 12 inches and payload capacity. exceeding 1 ton towing capacity, was rated at 1,200 kilograms, braked or 400 kilograms unbraked. Key dimensions included length of 4,725 millimeters, width of 1,690 millimeters, and height of 1,775 millimeters, with wheelbase of 2,800 millimeters. Stopping power was provided by dual-circuit hydraulic brakes with front discs and rear drums. Number 5, 1980 to 1996. Ford F-150. First successful independent front suspension four-wheel drive full-size truck, the 1980 to 1996 Ford F-150 marked a significant evolutionary step for full-size trucks by successfully integrating independent front suspension with four-wheel drive. Ford's 1980 F-150 introduced twin traction beam TTB independent front suspension IFS for its four-wheel drive models, making it the first commercially successful four-wheel drive independent suspension system on a large pickup. This innovation dramatically improved ride quality and handling. Compared to traditional solid axles previously used in four-wheel drive trucks, the TTB system was critical innovation that allowed Ford to offer benefits of IFS, smoother ride, better handling. In four-wheel drive, full-size truck, a combination that had been elusive, this demonstrated commitment to blending workhorse capability with improved driver comfort, a trend that continues to define modern trucks beyond suspension. The 1980 F-150 was also designed to be lighter, more fuel-efficient, and more aerodynamic than predecessors, reflecting crucial industry focus on efficiency following OPEC oil shortages. Its updated styling, featuring sharper lines, new square grille, and lower, narrower stance, set new aesthetic tone for future F-Series designs. The 1980 to 1996 Ford F-150 offered variety of engine options, including 4.9-liter 300 CID inline-six, producing 117 horsepower, and various V8s, such as 5.0-liter 302 CID, 5.8-liter 351M/351W, and 6.6-liter 400 CID. The 5.8-liter V8, for instance, was rated at 150 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. Transmission choices included 3-speed automatic or 4-speed manual. Both rear-wheel drive RWD and four-wheel drive 4WD configurations were available. The front suspension for RWD models featured Ford's twin I-beam design, while four-wheel drive models utilized twin traction beam TTB, often with coil springs and Dana 44 IFS TTB front axles rated for 3,500 to 3,550 pounds. Rear suspension consisted of leaf springs and solid rear axle. Common wheelbases were around 133 inches, accommodating bed lengths of 6.75 feet or 8 feet. The 1980 F-150 had towing capacity of 6,250 pounds. The 1980 to 1996 Ford F-150 is generally considered rugged and reliable, known for longevity and ability to run for decades, often surpassing 200,000 miles. However, while TTB was groundbreaking comfort innovation, its complexity compared to solid axles introduced new maintenance challenges. This highlights recurring trade-off in automotive innovation. Improved performance or comfort often comes with increased maintenance complexity and cost, crucial factor for long-term ownership. Number 4. 1987 to 2011. Dodge Dakota first midsize pickup, the 1987 to 2011. Dodge Dakota pioneered the midsize pickup truck segment, carving out a new niche in the market. Launched in 1987, the Dodge Dakota strategically positioned itself between compact pickups like Ford Ranger and Chevrolet S10 and larger full-size trucks such as Dodge's own Ram, effectively pioneering the midsize segment. This precise market positioning demonstrated nuanced understanding of consumer needs beyond simple compact or full-size dichotomy. This foresight created lasting vehicle category that continues to be popular today. The Dakota further distinguished itself by being first small truck to offer factory-installed V8 engine. In early 1990s, significant performance advantage for its size. It also introduced advanced features for its time, including rack and pinion steering for two-wheel drive models and even convertible model, the second generation introduced in 2000, further innovated by adding roomy crew cab option, predating similar offerings from Chevrolet and Toyota. The 1987 Dodge Dakota offered initial engine choices of 2.2-liter, 4-cylinder, producing 96 horsepower, or 3.9 liter. V6 generating 125 horsepower and 135 to 195 pound-feet of torque. Later models saw significant upgrades, including 5.2-liter V8 in 1991 with 170 horsepower and Magnum specification V6 and V8 engines in 1992, with V8 reaching approximately 230 horsepower. 5-speed manual transmission was standard with 3-speed automatic available as option. Rear-wheel drive was standard, and 4-wheel drive option was available for V6 models. The Dakota had wheelbase of 111.9 inches and was offered with 6.5 and 8-foot bed lengths. Fuel economy ranged from 17 to 22 miles per gallon. Its steering system utilized rack and pinion for 2-wheel drive. Only most model years of Dodge Dakota are considered highly reliable, making it a solid truck for various tasks. Owner reviews generally indicate average reliability. However, common issues include breaking exhaust manifold bolts, cam sensor failures leading to no start or stalling conditions, and steering knuckle problems. Multiple coolant leaks and oil leaks from valve covers and intake manifolds are also reported. Fuel pump failure and issues with transfer case shift motor are also known. Significant problem for many early Dakotas was rust, with many examples reportedly rusted out. The Dakota's initial reliability and utility led many owners to use them extensively, often until they were shot or driven into ground. This high utilization combined with rust issues means finding well-preserved early models can be challenging, impacting their current worth-owning status for collectors more than their inherent mechanical reliability. Parts availability can be issue due to age and tendency for these trucks to be driven hard. However, aftermarket support exists for popular engine swaps such as 4BT diesel or 318 Magnum V8. Number 3. 1989 to 1993. Dodge W250/350. Cummins, a revolutionary diesel. The 1989 to 1993 Dodge W250/350, equipped with Cummins turbo diesel engine, was revolutionary force that reshaped heavy-duty pickup market. Dodge introduced heavy-duty Cummins turbo diesel option for its largest pickups, integrating 12-valve, 5.9-liter inline 6.6 BT engine. This was groundbreaking move as Cummins engine was essentially commercial-duty power plant, renowned for exceptional longevity and robust design. The integration of commercial-grade Cummins engine into consumer pickup was game-changer, bringing unprecedented levels of torque and longevity to heavy-duty segment. This fundamentally altered consumer expectations for truck capability and established diesel as powertrain of choice for serious work. In 1989, this engine produced whopping 400 pound-feet of torque at low RPMs, 1600 to 1700 RPM, surpassing any other diesel pickup available at time and setting new benchmark for truck performance. This impressive engine not only revitalized Dodge's struggling truck business, but also significantly contributed to widespread popularization of diesel engines, making them dominant force in heavy-duty pickups. Today, the 1989 to 1993 Dodge W250/350 was powered by 5.9-liter, 359 cubic inches, 12-valve inline 6.6 BT Cummins turbo diesel engine. This power plant delivered 160 horsepower at 2,500 RPM and formidable 400 pound-feet of torque at 1,600 to 1,700 RPM. The engine itself weighed approximately 1,100 pounds dry. Early models. 1989 to 1991 featured Holset H1C turbocharger without intercooler, while later versions 1991.5 to 1993 added air-to-air intercooler. Fuel delivery was managed by direct injection system with mechanical Bosch VE 44 rotary injection pump and mechanical fuel injectors. Transmission options included Gatrag 365-speed manual torque of flight, a 723-speed automatic or A5 1846 RH 4-speed automatic. The W250/350 models were available with 4x4 drivetrain. The 1989 to 1993 Dodge W250/350. Cummins trucks are widely regarded as some of most simple and dependable trucks you can buy, with Cummins 6.7-liter inline 6 engine, achieving legendary status for durability. Many examples are known to have surpassed 350,000 miles on their original engines. However, while Cummins' engine itself is legendary for longevity, surrounding truck components, chassis, transmission, electrical body, often show significant age-related wear. This creates common ownership scenario where engine outlasts rest of vehicle, necessitating extensive restoration or component replacement to keep truck worth owning. Common issues include significant age-related rust problems, particularly with body and frame fuel injector problems and transmission failures, especially with stock automatic transmissions, are also reported by modern standards. Original power output may be considered low. Electrical malfunctions, charging system issues, and death wobble in suspension are also known. Concerns: specific issue for engine is dowel pin that can back out and fall into timing gear, causing serious damage. Despite these challenges, 1989 to 1993, Cummins trucks remain highly sought after by enthusiasts for their legendary engine. Number 2. 1999. Ford Superduty. First dedicated heavy-duty pickup, the 1999 Ford Superduty marked a pivotal moment in truck industry by introducing first dedicated heavy-duty pickup line in 1999. Ford made a groundbreaking decision to develop specialized heavy-use trucks under the Superduty banner, effectively recognizing the distinct needs of recreational drivers versus commercial contractors and workers. This was a revolutionary move, as prior to this, light-duty half-ton trucks often shared the same body and chassis as heavier-duty 3/4 and 1-ton trucks. This strategic market segmentation allowed Ford to optimize design and engineering specifically for high-demand use cases like commercial work and heavy towing, resulting in more capable and successful product line. The Superduty trucks featured their own larger chassis and bodywork, robust frame with durable solid axle and significantly improved hauling capability, increasing the line's gross combined weight rating by several tons. This specialization proved highly successful, with Ford's Superduty becoming best-selling heavy-duty pickup in the market. The 1999 Ford Superduty offered range of powerful engine options. These included 5.4-liter V8, producing 235 horsepower and 335 pound-feet of torque, and 6.8-liter V10 for diesel enthusiasts. The highly regarded 7.3-liter Power Stroke diesel was available, which some consider the pinnacle year. For that engine, featuring turbocharger, intercooler, and forged pistons, transmission choices included 5-speed manual with overdrive. The truck was available in both rear-wheel drive and four-wheel drive configurations. Key capacities included maximum towing capacity of 10,000 pounds and maximum payload capacity of 3,840 pounds. The front suspension utilized Ford's twin I-beam design for two-wheel drive models and solid axle for four-wheel drive, while rear featured multi-leaf spring suspension. The 1999 F250 Superduty had wheelbase of 137 inches, overall length of 222.2 inches, and height of 76.2 inches. The 1999 Ford Superduty is widely praised by owners for its reliability and durability, with many reporting high mileage examples, over 200,000 to 300,000 plus miles, still running strong. The 7.3-liter diesel engine in particular is noted for its longevity and pulling power. The 1999 Superduty's innovation in creating dedicated heavy-duty truck line, acknowledging that different truck buyers had fundamentally different needs, allowed Ford to optimize design and engineering for specific high-demand use cases, leading to more capable and successful product line. This strategic market segmentation contributed to its strong long-term value. Parts for this generation are generally easy to come by, and many repairs can be performed by owners. Consumer sentiment is overwhelmingly positive, with high ratings for comfort, performance, quality, and reliability. These trucks are valued for their built-to-last quality, low cost of ownership, and impressive power and torque for heavy hauling. Number 1, 2010. Ford Raptor. First high-speed off-roader. The 2010 Ford Raptor was a revolutionary vehicle, pioneering the segment of factory-built high-speed off-road performance trucks. Until the Ford Raptor's debut in 2010, no other manufacturer had successfully built pickup truck capable of handling high-speed desert terrain directly from the factory. While the trend of copying Baja 1000 race trucks had existed since the 1980s, the Raptor made the dream of owning factory-built truck with Baja performance a reality for consumers. This innovation created new market segment for high-performance off-roaders, a niche that has since been followed by other manufacturers. Ford re-engineered the F-150 suspension to provide extensive wheel travel, 11.2 inches front over 13 inches rear, and equipped it with specially tuned Fox Racing shocks designed for soft landings. After jumps, the truck also featured model-specific wide front fascia with Ford lettering in the grille, wider fenders, and unique hood vents, giving it aggressive and distinctive appearance. The 2010 Ford Raptor initially came with 5.4-liter V8 engine producing 320 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. However, the more desirable and powerful optional 6.2-liter Boss V8 introduced later in 2010 became the definitive power plant, generating 411 horsepower and 434 pound-feet of torque. This engine significantly improved acceleration, dropping 0 to 60 miles per hour time from 8.0 seconds to around 7.1 seconds. Both engines were paired with 6-speed automatic transmission. The Raptor was equipped with four-wheel drive as standard. Its suspension system featured long travel design with redesigned rear leaf springs and front upper and lower A-arms, along with Fox Racing internal bypass shocks. The track was widened by 7 inches, and ride height was raised by 2 inches. The rear axle had locking differential with 4.1:1. 1-gear ratio. The truck's wheelbase was 133 inches for Super Cab and 145.2 inches for Super Crew. Towing capacity was up to 8,000 pounds, with payload of 1,770 pounds for Super Crew. Fuel economy was estimated at 13/17 miles per gallon. City highway. The first generation Ford F-150 Raptor 2010 to 2014 established itself as capable and thrilling off-road performance truck. However, common issues with 6.2-liter V8 engine include excessive oil consumption, spark plug issues leading to misfires and timing. Chainwear owners have also reported premature wear on brake pads and rotors due to truck's large size and weight. Transmission problems, such as rough shifting, slipping, and shuddering, are among most common and costly issues, sometimes requiring rebuilds or replacements. The vacuum-operated transfer case actuator is known weak point in four-wheel drive system. Other electrical issues, such as problems with engine control module, can lead to stalling or no-start conditions. These 15 trucks prove that true innovation often comes decades before the market is ready to fully appreciate it, from the Model T that started it all to the Raptor that redefined what trucks could do. Each of these machines was ahead of its time in ways that still matter. Today, they didn't just introduce new features, they created entirely new ways of thinking about what pickup trucks could be, whether it's the reliability of a Toyota Hilux, the raw power of a Cummins diesel, or the luxury comfort that started with the Cameo. These trucks laid the foundation for everything we see on the road today, and the best part is you can still own a piece of automotive history, because unlike modern trucks that lose value the moment you drive them off the lot, these pioneering machines have proven their worth over decades of real-world use, making them not just collectible classics, but smart investments in automotive excellence.